What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
It's me and my buddy Heath. We're back at it. We're back at with you. What we decided to do was is kind of pull up some pictures that we had from our trip to Rio, and show you guys a few things that we did and places that we went and some people that we met. And I think it was pretty cool, man.
It was one of the best vacations I've ever taken, for sure.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why you came back. You're single. Why'd you come back?
I miss my students. It's a horrible excuse to come back.
Let me tell you something. Y'all are really, really super, super lucky that I got a wife and kid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd be gone.
I'd be sleeping on the beach, man. I'd probably be shacked up in a favela right now until I found me a job.
Well, the squatter's rights over there. You just shack up, you squat up on the side of the mountain for a year, and it's yours.
Really?
That's what they said. If you get on some land in Rio for a year, nobody says, "Hey, get off this land." It's yours. I guess that's how they make those favelas and stuff possible.
Walter would have been up Shit Creek if we wouldn't have.
Isn't he leaving? Isn't he leaving for like a year or something?
Yeah, the apartment we stayed into, the cat that was that owned it, he said he was going to Patagonia, and I said, "Oh man, that's awesome." He said, "Yeah, I'm going to rent this place, and I'm going to live in Patagonia for." I said, "For how long?" I don't know.
Hopefully it's less than a year. You might lose a spot.
I don't know, man.
I don't know the fine details about how that works, but man, I wouldn't mind going to live in the jungle for a year and then building me a house on the side of a mountain in Rio.
It was cool, man. It was really, really cool. Listen, from what I understand too, they're already setting up for next year.
Dates are booked.
Dates are booked for next year.
You should probably know that already.
Yeah, no, they're
July 8th, maybe.
I want to say there was a Facebook. Tim made a Facebook group for it. If you didn't see it, go look. Yeah, go look for them and see if you can get in on it. And I tell you, man, listen, it's a good penny. You know, you're gonna pay about $3,000 for the whole experience.
It's worth it.
Well, most definitely. And if you if you plan it out and work at it, and get it together, it can be accomplished.
If you want to take adult vacations, you got to prepare like an adult.
Yeah, man. And this was a real adult vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a real adult vacation. I would have loved to take my wife on this trip with us. It's just logistically it was impossible, and on top of it, I don't think there was enough other none of the other wives came or anything like that.
We didn't know what we were getting into yet.
No.
We had to go run recon with this first.
Yeah, there we go, recon. There you go. That's what we did. We did a little recon. Also, I found some more videos from the last trip they did in 2013, and I've been compiling those. Those are going to be out soon too.
And we did it better.
I think we had it better. I think we had it because listen, I rolled with Rodrigo about 5 or 6 times, man.
I rolled with every black belt I've rolled with was very high level.
Oh.
It was great. They showed me a lot. I got to show them a couple things. It was good sharing of knowledge.
So let's take a look at some pictures and kind of go over. Listen, what we really wanted to do this for is we wanted to show you some of the cats we ran into and some of the interest, and tell you some of the kind of story, tell you some of the stories about the cats that we ran into.
We have to find the Portuguese equivalent to coon ass.
We found them.
We found a couple.
We found plenty of them that could fill in. That could fill into that category.
Let's check them out.
Yeah, let's check out some of the places that we went and take a look. So let's switch over here. Bam. There we go. Bam. So we went every day, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you could get to the beach, I mean, we were literally a block away, so it was just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Now, one of the things right here, this was like pretty much right from our hotel. Like if you walked straight back off of these steps, boom, 1 block away, you crossed over a 2-lane road, and then bam, this is where we hit. Now these little mountains back here are called these not mountains. These little islands are called the Five Brothers, and that's the view you have. This beach is called LeBlanc Beach.
Yeah, this is like the family friendly beach that like little kids run around everywhere. You know, it was a really nice environment to go to walk into.
Mm-hmm. Now we did now to the right. To the right, like as you're looking at this picture, to the right is the end of the beach of that whole cool, there. So you got LeBlanc, which is at all the way to the right hand side, and if you look way right over here, you see this little point right here, about halfway down this point to this point right here starts Ipanema.
Yeah, there's like a little channel dividing the beaches, and Ipanema Beach was more of a younger crowd, vibes were a little bit more laxed out there. They had a lot of souvenir shopping and stuff.
Yeah, more souvenir shopping, more department store type things right off the beach. And then on the other side of that point was Copacabana. Both the places that you hear about the songs, Girl from Ipanema, Copa, So we did both. We did both. We did all three of the beaches. Actually, I rode a bike and he did a skateboard. He humped a skateboard on that one. That was a trek. But we rode all the way
for life.
He longboarded it. I think he bitched about the Barons.
Yeah, those Barons were shit. Next time, we would pay to bring a pack if you're gonna skate. Yeah. Or bring your own board.
It was, and it was really super cool. And one now, this is wintertime. If you can believe it, it's wintertime right now, and that's why you don't see many people in the actual surf itself because the water was cold.
It wasn't cold like California. I'd much prefer to go in that water than the California water.
I don't know. I'm still young. I'm still Cajun, and that was cold water.
It's still cool water. It's still cool water. If you ever fell out a boat during duck season,
Yeah, you're getting it. Here's a cool view. This is the view from Christ the Redeemer right here. I did a little panoramic view right here, and
that's if I'm not mistaken, that right there is the beach.
Yep,
that we were talking about.
This is the whole row of beaches. This little lagoon right here is everything kind of wraps around this little lagoon area right here. And from what I understand, they have lagoon side, like all the roads right. That's you live on the lagoon side or the beach side or something like that.
The lagoon was nice. I rode the bike around the lagoon.
Oh, you went out?
Yeah. It was really nice. It's reminds you a lot about Girard Park, but there's a big pond in the middle of the lake. So
yeah, that was really awesome.
A lot of skate parks too for the kids, like public skate parks, like just concrete skate parks, and they were full, just like the beaches.
Well, there was also a lot of like little workout areas. If you go to Girard Park now, they got those little stations with the little elliptical type runner thing
South
and the
Louisiana
sit-up bench.
Is just starting to catch up with Rio on that one.
It was, and and it was they got like a park in the middle of the road, like the median of the road. There's a park in there, and they have these little stations and stuff like that. And the other fun thing that I saw a lot about was they rented a lot of trampolines.
Yeah, they rent them and just put them like on Sundays. They block off the main road in front of the beach. And they like you can just walk up and down or whatever, but they had a like trampoline set up, and it's like they rented the trampolines and just
I don't know if they paid a couple real or something.
Like, how do you say that? Man, $5 real, let your daughter jump for 30 minutes, bro. Got you.
Whatever it was. This for me was one of the coolest sites we went to.
Snoop Dogg and Pharrell, I think, just did a video right there. I believe, like they were sitting right there. And that was pretty cool sight to see. What was the story with that? They had the artist that started doing it for fun.
Right, the artist, he actually lives like right here his apartment or place was right around here somewhere, and he started decorating this area. Now, all the way up these stairs here, it goes to a favela, and there's a convent up there too. So I think he just started decorating these. He was an artist, and he would actually sell art to make a living. But he started decorating the stairway going up to his apartment, and then he just started asking for donations. So a lot of these tiles, not only did he purchase himself, but he would get donated from people around the world with it. And we saw some really cool tiles. This was up at the top, right at the top of the staircase, all the way up at the top. Up at the top of the staircase is a cat selling coffee.
Yeah, awesome cold coffee. But be careful. He's gonna put about half a cup of sugar in the cup. So watch out.
I told him no sugar.
I don't think he listened to you.
Oh, he didn't?
He didn't speak very good English. So.
Maybe not. So this was right up at the top of the staircase, and it was a pretty awe-inspiring sight. I got a thing about not looking in the camera.
Josh is too cool to take pictures.
I'm too cool to take pictures. I'm not a selfie. I'm too old for selfies.
That's not even a self. That's the Wally. That's like for taking a picture of this.
Oh, you know what?
This guy.
You know what? You need to send me that one in front of Nova Garcion too. I don't have that one.
We could drag and drop it if the computer wouldn't crash.
Well, yeah. Here, we're taxing it out. Oh my God.
Here we go.
Listen, we went up to Christ the Redeemer.
So this is a pano.
Yeah, this is a panoramic view. We went up
from here to here.
It was big, and we went up to Christ the Redeemer, and it was a cool sight. Then this is up the top of Sugarloaf, and it's a little mountain that opens the bay. This is the cable. There's a 2 cable car system. This is from the first mountain up to here. He did not like that. He did not like it at all. Then on the other side of this mountain is another cable car that you use to get up to this side. Here, this view took my breath away.
Yeah, I've been out of the country a few times, but I've never been to a place where it has a beach, an ocean, a lake, mountains, and rainforest all in like the same area.
No, you didn't have to walk. I mean, you walked. Yeah. You went in it all. And it's. I mean, you can see right here. This little area right here is in the old original Portuguese forts that they used to protect this, because Rio de Janeiro means what?
With the River of January.
The River of January. With it, he learned that.
I didn't know that.
He didn't know that when we went over there. Listen, we just threw these pictures in here, and we're just gonna comment as they go through. There's no sequence to this, or rhyme or reason to it.
Well, I think this one is just not every day you get to eat lunch with legends, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty much the. I mean that guy. Let's see this guy right here. Legendary.
Right with here. The beard, the guy with the beard?
guy right there. Uh-huh. But let's talk about this guy right here.
That guy right. Oh, the guy with the goatee. Yeah.
The guy with the glasses. It looks like a computer dork, but it's definitely a. I wouldn't wrestle this computer dork.
No, that's Murillo Bustamante.
Yeah.
That's Bustamante. And if you guys are old school UFC like me, I've started watching at UFC 1. Bustamante 1 came in around, I don't know, 15 or 20 or something like that.
Think of Damon Maya, but older.
Yeah. One of the finest practitioners of jiu-jitsu to ever compete in MMA of all times, in my opinion. Both him and Tim have a very unique accomplishment in the UFC.
What's that?
They both had to tap somebody out twice in one match to win.
Is this like a referee issue?
Yeah, it was a referee issue. I can't remember who Bustamante fought, or who Tim fought for that matter. I can't remember my name half the time. But Bustamante tapped the guy, and the ref, I didn't see it, and Bustamante let go, and then it was a big thing, and then they restarted the fight. And I think Tim kind of had the same problem. But if you watch the replay on it, you can clearly tell Bustamante did the tap the guy out. And that was pretty cool. Twice. He had to do it twice. So pretty awesome with it. One of the first UFC middleweight champions. I thought he had won one of the old school tournaments, but he was, I think, one of the first weight division champions that came about too. So go back, watch some of his old fights.
Fight Pass, or YouTube it up. Go check this guy out. Really nice dude though. Invited. I think he had to be kind of invited to get in the complex. So. Let's talk about. I think we kind of talked about BTT already, but man, the complex is really kind of unique in a sense that it was this big, like, we were walking around, like Josh said, it was kind of questionable area, graffiti on the wall. Which, by the way, the graffiti there is beautiful. Some of the I'm kind of into that kind of stuff. I thought it just really livened up the city.
Well, from what I understand, that some of it was actually commissioned work.
Well,
like they actually, kind of like the steps where they actually would hire artists or allow artists to do some work over there.
I think it's beautiful. I'm really into like the graffiti art and stuff. But anyway, like so we got this graffiti all over the place. We walk in there's like this big cement wall or whatever. We go through this aluminum door, and when we get through this,
it looked like a construction, like it just like a door they just put up like a temporary metal door.
Like it was like a compound we were walking into, and we got like we walked up. I don't know if like it was magic or if there was a camera set up, but like as soon as Rodrigo got close to the door, somebody opened it up for him. This guy's a rock star. But anyway,
dude, walking with Rodrigo in that area was
the doors just open up for you. But as we got in, and it was like tennis court here, tennis court there. Go up the stairs, and they got Brazilian top teams. Beautiful facility. Everything. Like if you worry about the cleanliness, they have a little guy cleaning probably 2 or 3 times a day in every gym. So everybody needs a job, so they got people cleaning. So if you're worried about like cleanliness, we were probably the dirtiest people on the mat.
Yeah. I mean, I did. I wanted to shower before I went on the mat sometimes. So it was. Listen, New Orleans is not this clean. New Orleans ain't even close. The only place I've ever been that's been as clean as this has been Japan.
Dude, the smell, like you think, oh, maybe but maybe people's body odor. No, these people smell good.
I know, man.
Like,
girls, we walked by some girls, and it was just like a waft of beauty.
You just walk right behind, you get the tailwind. It's kind of nice.
Beautiful. Now, for me, this was also cool. This guy right here was a judo guy. He's a 6th-degree black belt, and that he was actually one of Flavio Canto's coaches. Now, if you don't know who that is, he's one of the top players out of Brazil, judo players out of Brazil. He was consummate, been on the Olympic teams, competed at the World Championships. Very, very high-level judo guy. Well, that was one of his coaches, and me and him he spoke very good English, too, and me and him had a really good conversation over lunch. And listen, the food over there. How was the food?
All right, man. I'll tell you, I'm a hardcore supporter of our Louisiana cooking. You know, Kunas 100% all the way.
It.
But wow, Brazil, you guys know how to make some food.
Man,
the croquettes. Croquettes.
Oh my God,
so good.
We'll talk about Sasai. We got some pictures from Sasai too. But
that's Sasai.
Sasai.
That's Japanese.
That's my
Sasa.
Oh my God, that place was so good.
Very, very delicious.
But this was a very interesting lunch. I mean, we had
good. And Rodrigo had probably one of the coolest old school jiu-jitsu Carlson Gracie hats ever. Rodrigo, if you're listening, give me one of those bad boys. Right. Oh, and football. All right.
Oh, man.
The football game. This was cool, man. Very cool. I'm not really into soccer, and I think most of America isn't either. But if you got into soccer like these Brazilian people get into soccer, wow. I think they don't need cheerleaders. The crowd is the cheerleader.
Oh, we don't. We're having trouble. We're having a little bit of trouble with this. Maybe I can get. Maybe I can get this to go. Let's see if I can get this to go. Let's see if I can make it go. Let's go here. Let's go here. Come on, don't. It's
no live. Look, go back to the other one and see if you could just skip to it.
I took it out. I took it out of there. So you can hear them here. So hopefully the video shows good. But let's get back over here. Those cats waved flags and cheered 90 minutes.
The whole game.
Well, actually 95 because they added 5 minutes to the game. The whole game, these guys here. And from what I understand, Botafogo is probably one of the hardest core clubs out there.
Yeah, I've heard from a local that they're not very good. But I don't think that matters. It's about like supporting whatever team's your team. Kind of like the Saints. You know, they still show up to the stadium with the bags on their heads. But, the only problem is our Saints fans don't try and kill the other team when they lose.
No. There's no trying in Brazil when it comes to killing after a soccer game. They accomplish that. To the point is there was one club that was banned for 10 years.
It was the firm of the club.
Right, the not the club itself, but the
fan club.
This fan club
of the club.
Banned for 10 years because they killed 3 or 4 people after a game. You can just think about that for a little while.
But they had been back for 2 years since when we were there, and we met the president.
We actually met, and guess who he was? A friend of Rodrigo's.
Yeah, just says, "Oh, Rodrigo, my friend." Like, hey guys, this is the guy that was that firm I was telling you about. He's the president. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So if they wanted to go to a game, the firm had to. They wouldn't wear their shirts. They couldn't wear any identifying markers that showed that they were from that firm. So crazy. Man.
They go with their shirts off though.
Crazy. You guys, man. I don't know. I'm a fan, but not that much of a fan.
That was the view from our apartment.
This is what we looked at every morning while we drink coffee.
Big shout out to Walter, Airbnb.
The photographer's studio.
Yeah, should we be telling people about this? We might want to go back and stay there.
Well, shit, I'm worried about that. I'm not going. I mean, it'll be a while, but
you better be first. Book it first.
Yeah, we better get after there. We're not gonna give you the address, but Walter was a great host, very accommodating. I think everybody over there was very accommodating. Actually, it is a very good tourist mecca of a place, and they actually have tourist police.
Yeah. They carry submachine guns and chill in the corner and wait for you to fuck up.
No, but the tourist police are set up there to help you as a tourist. They have people who will speak English.
Yeah.
I don't think we had much of a problem with that, except at a few restaurants.
And then there's always like somebody standing next to you or standing behind you that's kind of laughing at your horrible Portuguese that's willing to help you out and help you order stuff.
Exactly. So I don't worry about the language barrier over there either. Very, very accommodating.
Or learn some Portuguese, man. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, we got bom dia.
Bon dia.
Bom dia. It's good morning. Well, that's probably the one that stuck with me the most. And obrigado.
Obrigado.
Yeah, which is thank you. Yeah, thank you. I didn't get excuse me. I forgot. I never got that one.
Yeah,
or I'm a dumbass American. Please forgive me.
I'm sure we got that a lot. We just didn't catch on to it. I wish we would have got the Carlson Gracie style wording on this picture, because that was the only emblem I saw that had his name, had Carlson stuff.
That was on the outside.
This is the outside of Leblon Nova Garrison.
Yeah. There's two Novas in there. There's one in Ipanema and there's one in Leblon. This was the first one.
Copacabana too.
Oh, there's one in Copacabana.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit. You know,
so
I think Nova Garrison is probably the equivalent to like Gladiators Academy in Lafayette or the Lafayette area, like in the Rio area. There's a bunch of Nova Garrisons over there.
Phenomenal place, and you know, if you watched all of our other videos, you know, we took at the places very, very small, very small. Y'all places as big as BTT.
BTT was about the same amount of mat space as Gladiators Youngsville, and Mario Arias, his school in Panina, Nova Garrison in Panina, was probably about half of Youngsville's mat space.
Yeah, it's like half of the striking area over here.
But they had a really nice bench set up along the windows and stuff, to where all the higher ranked belts could sit there and make fun of all the lower ranked belts.
That was a good fun. That was a good rolls that night too.
Yeah, that was some good training.
Over here, you know, there's one black belt on the mat, two black belts on the mat at most. Over there, there's one white belt, two white belts on the mat at most. The rest are black belts, brown belts, blue belts. It was gangster, super, super gangster. But this is right outside the first one with Big Sherm and our new friend from Vermont, Mr. Charlie. Charlie was a trip, man.
Yeah, Charlie was a cool dude.
He was a cool cat, man.
Hope to see him again.
Yeah, I hope he comes down and visit us real soon.
Marcio! Oh man. I thought Marcio was gonna be our worst enemy, and he turned out to be like one of our best friends. So like, there was so much confusion when it came to, oh, this isn't gonna make you want to come on the trip, but there was a lot of confusion, guys. When you talk to your driver, the guy's supposed to pick you up. Do yourself a favor and get his phone number, whether it's on the WhatsApp or whatever it is, so you can physically call him and talk to him. There's a little bit of confusion of who was who. He thought he was picking up me, and he was picking up Charlie, and he picked up Charlie and thought it was me when I was on the phone. Oh, it was big craziness. But the best thing to do is talk to someone, literally, like physically talk to someone on the phone, or talk to them in face to face. But this is Marcio. Once we got all that craziness taken care of, he was like one of the best tour guides we could ask for, you know. I think he was kind of worried about us, you know, making it to everything, but he kept a really good pace.
Mm-hmm.
Gave us, really nice information at really good times, and it's a really good tour guide. You could tell he's good at what he does.
Yeah, he was. And whenever I got to the airport, whenever I got to the airport, and he came pick me up. I just thought he was a guy from the gym doing us a favor. Like he was just going to come pick us up, and we pay him a couple real to take care, to compensate him for his time. I didn't realize his actual profession is tour guide.
Mm-hmm.
So he speaks 5 languages. He speaks Portuguese, French, Italian, Spanish, English, something else he said. I don't remember.
I don't know. He's a master of his craft.
And he knows Rio. Listen, we're going down. Oh, this building is this. This building was built here. These are the blah. This is the thing with the stuff. And this guy here and the president here. And we were an empire. And there was an emperor. Man, this guy knows his stuff. Phenomenal tour guide. And we learned a lot about Rio on Tuesday with him. And
I mean, we're assuming it's all true.
No,
he could be making it.
could.
We would know the difference.
But very knowledgeable, and he was worried. And we're pretty self-sufficient when it comes to stuff. You just point us in a direction, and we'll go.
Take a couple pictures.
Yeah, and we would ask him questions, and he would answer them. Man, he was really, really cool. So listen, when you guys go over there, make sure you give Marcio a high five for us, and slap him a couple, slap him around a little bit. And if he gets on the mat, he's only a purple belt, so you might get a couple digs in on him.
But his brother's a 3rd-degree black belt that will fuck you up blindfolded.
What?
Yeah.
This crew right here need a little Jesus in our lives.
Yeah, look at your face. You need something in your life.
What?
You look like joy.
I'm extremely happy right there.
Oh, it looks like it.
Look at that. You don't see that? Yeah. The power of Christ compels me.
It looks like it's compelling you. I was compelling myself. He's like, look straight into the sun. It'll be a great picture.
Oh yeah, that's right. Marcio took this picture. I forgot. There was an actual pad.
Yeah,
on the ground that you can lay on that people lay on the ground and take a picture going up. And Marcio took those pictures for us too, man. I forgot about that.
But it doesn't it looks bigger when you're further away from it. Like when you're right there in front of the Jesus, it doesn't look as big. It's like 100 feet tall.
I don't know, man. The more inspiring sights for me was traveling around town and being able to see it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. It looked a lot bigger from like the base of the mountain than when you're actually up on it. I don't know if it was like a visual thing, but yeah, it looks a little bit bigger from far away.
Yeah. I mean, the sights over there were just
monkey.
These little guys were cool.
Bro, I chased this little dude around for like 5 minutes like an idiot until I was able to get a good enough picture.
I got a good shot of him at the Botanical Gardens. Rodrigo was monkey calling.
Yeah, he was doing a monkey whispering to him.
To him. But these guys are really cool. They they weren't all up in everybody's junk or trying to steal anything either. They just hung out and chilled out. There wasn't many of them, but it was one of the few wildlives we seen. Hopefully you didn't put the other wildlives. All right.
Sasa.
This was the best meal I've had in a very, very long time.
I couldn't agree more.
All right. They are not on the table because we devoured them, but they had these little croquettes that was good. They had these little hot sauces just about everywhere we went, which to them might be hot, but to us they're just perfect.
It was bomb. Perfect
hot for me. This right here was some sliced pork.
It was a pork leg that they dried and smoked, and they would just slice little thin slices off of it. It was literally like sitting in the middle of on top of the bar with the lights on. It looks Instagram beautiful. Looks like there was filters on it or something. It was crazy.
Potatoes were good too.
The potatoes you missed out on because I devoured them
knocked that rest out?
Like the night after. I heated them up and went to town on those bad boys.
Now, this lamb here, you were cutting it with a fork.
Yeah.
Just
pull it off the bone. Let it melt in your mouth.
So
dip it in that little green stuff.
Oh, you kind of mix it in with this little green little puree right here. Oh, so good, so good, so good.
If you ever go to Rio, you go to Sasa. Claudio's the cook. Holler at you, man. He did such a great job on all of our food. Personally came out, shook our hands, made sure everything was good each time. One time, I went back.
You fuck.
And Yeah, he personally came out and took my order because I don't think any of his waiters spoke English that night.
Did you get some more croquettes?
I may have gotten
You piece of
like
shit.
1 or 2 different types of croquettes
You piece of shit.
and some codfish. That was, oh my goodness! I don't even want to talk about it. He's just gonna take it out on me later.
I'm gonna beat his ass so bad for going. We were gonna go back. Oh, it was so good. We wanted to go back. It was Thursday night because I left on Friday, but we ended up going to a little block party, and when we came back, it was closed again. But our plan was to hopefully hit back in enough time to pick up some croquettes on the way back. Another picture of us at a soccer stadium. We got there really, really early, which was really beneficial. Just like any other professional football, if I'm gonna go to a football game,
Gotta get a nice little buzz.
yeah, we drank a couple beers, just a couple. This is us at Copacabana.
That's when we trekked. It's the bike and the board with the crappy bearings.
Oh yeah, here they are. Here they are back here. Here's the bike and here's the board too. Yeah, that's what we did here. These bad boys were $2.
$2 Rio.
No, they were 5 Ria, but
5 Rio. So yeah.
yeah, like $2 for a coconut, and they do the whole whack, 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 boom, and then drop a straw in it, and here you go, white boy, go drink.
These guys had bowls. They weren't as quite as samurais as the first one. The first one, they took it and they chopped the bottom so you could sit up and then chop the top and put your straw in. To each his own. They like their bowls.
Well, this was in Copacabana, so it might have been, a little more, trying to be a little more ritzy.
Yeah, here's a bowl. So.
Yeah, here's a bowl. It looked good with it. And that was really cool. All right, here we go. This was Ipanema.
This was Mario Arias.
Mario Arias. Which one's he? Is this guy here?
Right up here.
Up here?
Yeah.
Up here. This guy up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This was a fun thing. This is Mr. Butterfly right here. Dude, he swept Rodrigo like 3 times.
I made him quit. No, I'm joking. He's having knee problems.
He swept Rodrigo like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was just being nice to me.
I don't know, man. Me and him had a good one.
He was fun. He was fun to roll
It was
with.
fun. I worm guarded him up, and he got mad.
I was shooting him up. He I don't know. He quit.
He got mad at me because when I worm guarded him up a few times, it became real. This fire plug right here, he was a beast to roll with.
He looked like he was just so happy to be there. That guy, his biggest smile on his face.
Mm-hmm.
He was awesome. And then a little purple belt in the middle. This guy.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah, right here.
Uh-huh.
Man, me and him had a really good roll. Real solid. I like small guys because I'm a small guy. I look like a small guy, but I'm only like $160.
Uh-huh.
But that was a good roll.
Man, where's that white belt? Where's that white belt that was in here?
This guy.
This guy right here.
Looks like he was full of piss and vinegar.
Dude, that was the baddest white belt on the planet. That dude was awesome. He was getting after because he came and he took a belt off the wall and it was a white belt and he put it on. And I was watching him roll. I was like, man, okay, he's bullshit. He's a blue belt, purple belt, something like that. He's getting after it. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, what belt are you? Oh, I'm a white belt. Bullshit. You're lying.
Maybe he was there for, equalization.
I don't know, but he was the baddest white belt. He was the baddest white belt on the planet.
We got a couple of those.
He was pretty badass. I rolled with the little guy right here. He reminded me a little bit of Thomas. Rolling with him.
I wanted to roll with him.
Yeah, and then I rolled with the big guy here and one of the other black belts. I can't remember. I think it was this one.
If you go to Rio, guys, don't take rounds off.
No,
you don't get you don't get those kinds of opportunities
and you're only going to do 4 or 5, maybe 4 or 5 rounds.
You might get 4 rounds and that's it.
Yeah.
So suck it up, put on your big boy pants, and roll the whole time. You could sleep better later if you do.
Yeah, I mean, I had to. I was just, I was sucking ass.
You never know when a 3rd, 4th degree black belt's gonna come grab you and be like, "Hey, I'll roll with you."
Mm-hmm.
And you get some good work in. So.
Yeah, I had to take a couple rounds off. I do 2, and then I'd have to take 1 off. I was drenched, man. I was losing sweat. But we were doing so much walking, it was killing me on my knees. Whoa! What's that?
This is cool. So, I went to Rodrigo. I was asking around the guys, and I was like, "Hey, y'all know any good tattoo artists in the area?" And they kept bringing up this one guy. I was like, "Oh, you need to go to Beto. You need to go to Beto. You need to go to Beto." So I got the contact to talk to the dude a little bit, and it turns out this guy was only he had permission, like back in the day when Carlson was alive, only he had permission to do the Carlson Gracie Bulldog tattoo on people. So I'm sure the rules are a lot more lax now that he's dead. When I'm only purple belt, but I made sure that I wasn't disrespecting anybody before.
Show it, man. Let's see.
But Rodrigo asked me, he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, you should do like the BJJ Revolution colors." And I was like, "Well, I was gonna do like Rio de Janeiro colors." So to make Rodrigo happy and trying to surprise him a little bit, I put a little BJJ Revolution lightning bolt in there. Let's see if we can get a shot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see that light. See if we can cover that up a little bit.
There we go. Well,
No,
you get the idea.
Can't get there. But he's got a little lightning bolt. Show him. Point to the lightning bolt.
There we go. Got a shadow.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
All right,
There it is.
feel like a weirdo.
Yeah,
now.
you are a weirdo.
You get it. All right, you get the idea. But yeah, man, it was fun. I thought it was a cool little story, cool little souvenir to bring home. Besides this cauliflower here, but
Nah, man, I think that was I mean that was a cool dig you got there. That's really cool. And I tell you what, I mean you could tell that cat did it before. It looks just exactly like it should. There's no distortions to it. It's got the bloodshot eyes, and he nailed. I'm not that. Yeah, I mean he's the first guy to do them probably. So. But
I just kind of let him do his deal.
No,
man.
man,
You guys go do tattoos, man. Don't critique. Don't like give your artists too many rules. Let them kind of do their thing. You know, come out a lot better.
Yeah, most definitely. I thought that was a real cool thing, man. I didn't want to go sit with you for the hour or two.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you at all. Y'all got everybody else got. They were doing. I had to sacrifice a training session for it, so the no-gi training I didn't get to do at the end. But all in all, you know. It's, you know, you can do jiu-jitsu all the time. You can't always get a tattoo, a Carlson Gracie tattoo from the original dude.
Now, is he a Carlson black belt?
He's a Carlson black belt.
He's a Carlson black belt on top of it.
His name's Beto. He has a shop in Copacabana. Y'all go check him out. If you go on my Facebook page, you can kind of find the links to get to him if you're ever in the area.
Awesome,
So,
man.
thanks, Beto.
Yeah,
Good
that
work,
was
bro.
really cool.
Now, the coffee. I'm a coffee.
Love coffee.
I'm a big fan of coffee. I know Josh is too. I think we normally drink it just pretty plain, straightforward. But wow, was I impressed with all the coffee in Brazil.
No, everywhere, every little there's this little, not this coffee shop. This was somewhere. This must have been someplace else. I didn't go with y'all.
No, this one. This was in a restaurant that Rodrigo took us to for breakfast. There used to be a bar that he frequented. He said when he was a little kid, he used to go and like steal the ice creams out the cooler, but it was okay because later on he paid them back in beer money. But he said there was like a black magic thing next door to where they had a woman outside like smoking a cigar, and like they were selling like candles and incense and all kinds of weird black magic.
Kind of like
stuff.
what's the one in New Orleans?
Like a voodoo shop or something.
Yeah, voodoo shop or something like that. Well, they got a little bit. They got a lot of the kind of the same stuff that African slave culture. You know, the slaves being brought in. So they probably, and I mean, well, capoeira was developed with the slaves and that. So I'm pretty sure there's still some of that African voodoo, you know, stuff. Marie Laveau is what I'm thinking.
Well, if I don't know if they were trying to ward off any spirits or whatever, but you know. That, he also said that place is also like right across from his first jiu-jitsu school ever, which was pretty cool. I guess like the first it was his first jiu-jitsu school that he ever did, and then later on he went to Carlson's and then came back because they wanted to start jiu-jitsu at the school again, and that became the first Nova Garrison. I think
which was kids only.
Yeah, they only taught kids at first, and I think. You know, later on, once he got promoted, he started to teach with
because he was a purple belt, Carlson wouldn't allow him to teach adults.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that's where Tim Crater found him.
No, Tim found him in
San Diego.
Yeah, Tim got him.
I think Tim said he went train there in like 90 something.
I think he may have went to the Carlson school back in.
Trying to get my facts straight, guys.
Back in the day.
I think I have the name of that coffee shop we went to every single time. I'm trying to look it up for you guys without being rude. But yeah, that one coffee shop we went to, it was like, hey, let's meet at the coffee shop.
Oh,
Here
yeah,
it is. Is
Pier 43.
Pavelka? Oh, no.
No, it was Pier 43.
Deli 43.
Deli 43. Deli 43. That's the one we went to.
All right, yeah, okay.
Deli 43. That's the one we went to.
But really good coffee.
Yeah. Good shot here. Back out on the beach. This was on Saturday here. Rodrigo's wife and kids, they came out and joined him.
Yeah, guys, let me show you this guy.
This guy?
No, this guy is Duda, man.
Duda's the man.
I love this guy.
Come over here, you gotta come over.
But this guy right here, this is kind of a coincidence, but we randomly ran into this dude right after we ate breakfast, and Rodrigo showed us this first school he went to ever, and this was the instructor.
Wow.
So we just run into this guy randomly. Rodrigo's like, this is my first instructor ever. You know, whenever he first started taking jiu-jitsu at that school we were talking about, this guy was the one teaching. So that was kind of a cool little coincidental moment that we had a bunch of because Rodrigo knows everyone there.
Well, yeah, he does that. We're in the mall and hey, how's it going? Rodrigo. That's all you hear them think.
See this old dude skateboarding down the thing, like, man, he's pretty good. He turns and like, hey, Rodrigo. He knows him too. It's crazy.
This is my buddy Duda, man.
Yeah,
I love me
like
some Duda.
guy.
Duda was awesome. He bought us how many beers on the beach? I don't know.
I forgot.
I don't know. I was pretty drunk.
Yeah.
I was pretty drunk after that beach day. But man, they got a group. They got like a little group over there, guys that just kind of hang out and they all Rodrigo's friends. It was awesome, man. I dug it a lot. Oh,
There's a good picture.
what's this?
There's a good picture.
That's awesome. That's Bustamante and Rodrigo. Man, it was awesome.
Two legends, man. Legends. So how much what total experience, how many years you think you got right there on that?
About 60, 70.
70 years of experience?
Me and Rodrigo have been in the game about the same time. At the same time. His all jiu-jitsu. But Rodrigo's a year older than me. He's been at it for 30 plus years, and you know, Bustamante probably the same thing, 30 plus years. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff. I tell you what, had a really good conversations with Bustamante after practice when we were walking, and we just, he started talking to me, which I found amazing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a guy. He's a guy, but I mean, I'm just some gringo from the States, coming in. But listen, treated me with the utmost of respect. We got to talking, and he asked me who I was and what I did, and we got on to judo and blah blah blah. And man, all of a sudden, it was great. It was great.
We're all just dudes and geese.
Oh yeah, man, and he was just so cool, and it was so awesome. But yeah, that's an awesome pick right there, man. With it, I was very very happy to experience that, to say the least. What the hell's going on here?
So, man, I got to try out a new training tool today. I busted it out.
You did? I heard.
Busted it out. So, okay, so I walk into Nova Garasol one day a little earlier for class because I'm always early, of course. But this is Marcelo Briggs, 3rd degree black belt. This is Marcio's brother, the tour guide. And he's like, hey, let's come roll. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I'm kind of stretch out a little bit. He goes in the locker room, comes out, and pulls out this
blindfold
nightshade thing for sleeping at night when it's or for sleeping during the day. And I'm like, okay, see what you're doing here. Ha, let's pick on the gringo. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, we'll make it fair. I'll close my eyes too. So we get grips, start rolling. Obviously,
no, your eyes are closed in pain. You didn't close your eyes.
At first,
no, that's
a gradual.
That's
step.
Pain. I can see it.
Well,
that's
right
pain.
there. Well, right there is actually when I was opening my eyes and cheating. But so I was like, okay, that didn't work well. So I was like, I'll open my eyes, maybe let him get grips, and then we'll go. That's mistake one. Never let a Brazilian get grips ever.
Not him.
Especially not him.
Not him. Don't let him grab a hold of you.
We have to figure out what kind of pliers they said he uses.
Man,
he said he uses pliers a lot. That's why his grips are so good. But
listen, I got a grip. And I've been around judo guys that got grips. This cat's got a grip. To the point was when you walked off the mat and you were like, man, Marcelo, yes, his grips are like, and every, even his instructor, even Cabrino.
Cobra's like, I know.
Like this, and it's strong. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Woo.
But anyway, so I went from keeping my eyes closed to saying, screw that, I need an advantage, to getting grips, to saying, screw that, I'm going to just like pitter-pat this way and run that way and try and take his bag. And even cheating, I still ended up in what you see before you hear. But I did, on the way home, on the plane ride home, they gave me one of those little eye blinder things, brought it home, and put it to work today. And I have to tell you, there is something to that.
I roll with my eyes closed on a very consistent, regular basis. I think I've been doing that now for about 2 or 3 years. I used to train with a blind team. Imagine doing judo blindfolded. Go blindfold yourself and stand up.
I can feel you thinking. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost not fair because like I could feel what they were about to do before they do it. The body kind of gives a lot of tells that you don't notice unless your eyes are closed.
No, it is, and let me tell you something, Alex. I told you, man, this guy's got a better triangle than you, brother.
Ooh, snap, Alex, you might have to come to Brazil with us.
Guaranteed.
I guarantee you'll have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth the trip.
I'm telling you, that cat's got a better triangle than you, and I love you, little buddy. I love you to death. He's got a triangle, massive triangle, massive triangle.
He'll even armbar you while he's doing it.
Yeah, and then smile at you the whole time. Well, look, guys, we just wanted to share some of the pics we had and tell some of the cool stories and people we ran into. We missed one guy. I don't know why that picture didn't show up.
Oh no, we got to cover this guy.
We got to go to it.
Find him.
Let's find him. Something happened.
I think he was with the first Nova Garçon.
Yeah,
picture.
first Nova Garçon picture. What happened to that one?
I saw it. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
But this guy right here. Okay, so did we tell the trunk story?
No, we did not tell the trunk story.
Yeah, we had to clarify the trunk story 1st didn't we?
Here
Found him.
Okay, found him. I don't know why this one isn't pulling up. Here. So let me throw it over here.
All right.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to over here, and let me see if I can add this.
Just get him.
Okay, here we go. All right, boom.
All right.
I'll make it super big. All right. This guy right here,
man,
bro. That guy right there. Let me tell you. Let's tell you about this guy. One.
You get us on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get there. Let me go up here. There we are.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. This guy over here in the corner, brown belt.
With all respect.
Oh, I love the dude. I think he's great. If it was up to me, I would tell him bye all day for like an hour, like he was trying to do with us. But think Scott Castronopoulos. I love you, buddy. But think of like the volume of words coming out of Scott's mouth, plus the intensity of
a Brazilian
that just really likes you,
loves you, with all respect.
With all respect.
God.
Man, I love this guy.
Oh shit!
So let's give you a little backstory on this dude. We roll up to the beach, talking to Rodrigo, whatever. He's got all his buddies, and this dude's like got what was tattooed across his chest?
Oh man, I don't remember. Yeah,
Rocky killed the mountain.
That's what
or something.
It was
Rocky killed the mountain. I'm talking about like across the chest. And I was like, okay, this guy's he's obviously had a couple of good stories in his life, and but man, all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, you guys, you friends of Rodrigo," and it's like it doesn't matter how rough the individual looks, it doesn't matter how pissed off a day they look like they're having, and all of a sudden they know Rodrigo is you're your best friend too, and they just can't wait to talk to you. And get to
yeah. Oh, you're my friend.
But this guy. Rodrigo is telling us how man he kind of traveled around a lot and he was
one of the first big wave surfers out of that group from LeBlanc. All the way to the right, as you kind of get past the beach, there's a big break, and they got some pretty big waves. Rodrigo says during certain times of the year. There, so he was one of the first guys to surf big waves, and he goes to Hawaii,
chasing after waves.
Chasing the waves, my friend.
And apparently, during that time, or I don't know if it's still the same, but Hawaiians don't really care for Brazilians too.
Hawaiians didn't really care for anybody who wasn't Hawaiian back then.
Is it still the same way?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't. I've never been there. I can't speak of it. I've seen a couple movies and what.
We might go to Hawaii and love it like Rio.
Yeah, you never know. But Anyway, so standing orders were there was a group of Hawaiian surfers called the Black Trunks. Now, this was a gang, essentially, of surfers with it. And standing orders were you punch people who aren't Hawaiians. If you punch a Brazilian, you get $100.
That's like in the 90s?
Late 80s, yeah.
90s.
Late 80s.
So that's a pretty good amount of money, you know?
Yeah. And so that crazy fool rolls up to Hawaii, jumps out on the beach, and calls everybody out.
Say, hey, I'm Brazilian. You want to punch me? Come on, let's go, or something.
Yeah, come make your make your $100. Day one. Day one shows up over there, calls him out, ends up joining the group.
Yeah, they said the leader or whatever ended up liking him, and kind of like they let him kind of surf with them, you know, let him surf the big waves a little bit. And he said after you know a couple years of hanging out,
they gave him his black trunks. Yeah, they made him up. They made him a black trunk, a member of the Black Trunks. So listen, if some surfer guy knows a little bit more about the history, and we're
probably butchered.
Yeah,
the story.
You know, we're tearing it up just a little bit, but
and we're about 90% that's the guy we're talking about. If we're wrong, sorry, but from the tale of that story, and we kind of confirmed a little bit, hey, the guy we're talking to the other day, and just this guy's general personality and context clues, we figured that this is the same person.
And when you roll with him, pride rules are in effect.
Pride rules.
He kneed me in the head, so I still, I'm just getting to the point where I can open my mouth fully.
That's how my guard. You're getting concussed too.
I need the butterfly dude card. But he hit me like 3. I remember the second one. I don't remember the third or fourth one because I was pretty much unconscious by then.
Oh, you're good, man. First one, get it out of the way and just take your lumps.
But it was fun. It was really fun. But those are some of the guys we met over there that were really super cool. We actually met one of the first Brazilian guys to come to the U.S. and start teaching jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, man. Well, I should have almost threw that picture up there too at the soccer game.
Mm-hmm. Met him at the soccer game with it. And listen, it was just a great experience. Please, guys, listen, go next year. Go, make plans to go next year. Make plans to go the following year. Just make plans to go. Me personally, this was a place I wanted to visit since I was a child. I go back on go on Netflix, go on whatever, find the movie Blame It on Rio, watch the movie Blame It on Rio. You'll understand why. When I was a kid, I watched this movie. You'll understand why I wanted to go to Rio. It was one of Demi Moore's first movies.
A lot of Demi Moore types.
No.
In Rio,
like a lot better looking than Demi Moore.
Well, I'm just saying, the types that like to wear small bikinis and show everyone.
Well, she didn't do it in that movie.
Oh. Well.
But her little friend that was in the movie, she did. Wow. And you watch that movie and you'll understand why.
Another really great thing about Rio is everyone takes care of themselves, takes care of their bodies, they're in shape. My tattoo appointment was kind of early in the morning, and I left the apartment around 8 a.m. and the beach was packed. Not just people, hanging out and drinking and partying, whatever, but like running on the beach, playing volleyball, playing foot volley, playing, whatever.
Badminton, or they were running little circuit courses that they had set up.
Yeah, they did circuit courses in the sand.
I think it was a lot of personal trainers would take their clients out there to do that.
Which is awesome.
It was great.
The cultures, you go to, what's a beach around here? Crappy beach, like Holly Beach or something. You go to Holly Beach, there's a bunch of coon asses, tearing up the beach with their folders and trucks,
getting
and
shit all
face
over,
wasted till they can't
trash
see.
on the beach.
Dude, this beach is so clean, so nice. Yeah, people are drinking and stuff, but nobody getting super out of hand and loud. No one's starting fights and stuff because you never know if you're gonna run into a
shit, there was more
black belt or something.
Tons
crazy.
Of black belts out there, man. Every other person we ran into,
and
they don't. Belt.
Those are the guys that don't look like they're in shape.
And half of them got their black belt from Rodrigo.
Yeah. So don't get in fights in Rio, guys. If you're thinking about going, go. It's you know, the crime and stuff was kind of an issue we were worried about at first, but once we got there, like after the first day, all that stuff was put to rest, you know.
Oh, I had a great time, and I mean, I like to go wander about when I go to strange places. I like to just, you know, I just like to go wander about, and I didn't feel threatened or anything. I got over there. I was over there the Saturday night by myself, and when I left the block party, and then I walked back by Nova Jersey. I walked back all the way by myself. That was like my first night there, and I made a couple little detours on the way over there. Well, I just wanted to kind of familiarize myself with the area a little bit. Not like one of these like, oh shit, I better move off of this street because it's.
No, I mean, you don't go looking for trouble, you won't find it.
No,
like if there's somebody begging for your money on the side of the street, I mean, just remember you don't know Portuguese. Like they're saying "hey you" in Portuguese. I mean, you know what "hey you" sounds like, but don't look.
Yeah, just don't make eye contact, and you to be all right. They're not gonna chase after you or anything.
Yeah, it's worse in New Orleans. They know you know what they're saying.
Yeah, and they'll hound you for a block. Come on, man, come on.
Yeah,
none of that. Actually, most of the bums are selling something.
Yeah, they sell Mentos.
Mentos or bubble gum or Hall's cough drops. I mean, everybody was selling
Halls and Mentos. You see it a lot. Hodgers said they use it to freshen their breath.
Well, also it was wintertime, so I'm pretty sure the halls had something to do in case somebody had a cough or something like that too.
Wintertime, so it was like what, 80 degrees?
I don't know. It was 20 degrees Celsius, 23, 24 degrees Celsius at the most. Just do the math on that. I was never uncomfortable. Just I needed a little jacket at night, and that was good.
I didn't even need a jacket at night unless I was sweating.
Yeah, that was main reason why, a little bit of sweat.
Yeah, it was a fun trip though. I would recommend anyone go. Like even if you want to bring your family, just you stick to Long Beach, you'll be fine. The camp trip though is where it's at. Like I know some people might be complaining about the funds and stuff, but look, it's a year away. You have plenty of time to save for this. The tourism, like if you break up the camp itself, the tourism is worth going by itself. The jiu-jitsu instruction is worth going by itself, and just the experience to realizing, hey, you can go to a foreign country and it's a very small chance that you're gonna get mugged. It's liberating for some people. So get out of your box and go try something new.
Yep. All right, guys. Peace. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We got some plans in the works for some other stuff.
Guys, we if y'all want to continue seeing this kind of stuff, let us know, like, share the video. We don't have a name for this or anything, so if y'all got some suggestions, just let us know. We're kind of open to topics, anything y'all want to hear us talk about. I'm very opinionated, and the cool thing about Josh and I is we don't agree all the time, and he tries to convince me his way pretty often, but it only works about 50% of the time.
Listen, it was 15 years, 16 years between us, so we came up in a little different thing. But listen, it was a great experience. Please, I think one of the conversations we had, which we had a bunch of good ones, I must say. One of the conversations we had is you can buy a whole bunch of stuff and pile it up in your house and collect shit that you don't need. But if you pay for experiences, that can never ever be taken away from you.
Or tattoos.
But you're paying for the experience, and trust me, to experience another culture, to experience another country, to get out there and put yourself out in the world and get out of these boundaries that we live in here, is the thing that's going to increase your life and make you just appreciate the stuff that we have, and just value what you do and what we have. So please, pay for experiences. Don't pay for possessions. Pay for experiences. You'll never regret a penny you spend. I didn't. Not a dime.
You could sell your possessions and buy some experience.
That's right. There you go. Ooh, that was deep.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother. It was fun, man. We're gonna try to hit you guys up with some more stuff. Be cool. Peace.
The backwards camera fucks with me. Or how it's not backwards.
Yeah, it's not backwards. That's the thing about it.
Like, oh wait, no, this way.
Please stop. That's my wife.
Pause, maybe.